I'm not gonna be up here for too long, but I go to bed because I got work in the morning. Anyway, I just want to do a little video. A lot of little different videos be popping up on my feed on my YouTube, and it's like videos that be popping up, talking about black people saying that we lazy. And I have to admit, some black people, they might not want anything to do with themselves, but not all black people are lazy. Um, I hate to hear that term when people say black people are lazy, and then when they talk about our ancestors, like, when black people were slaves and everything, and they have negative stuff to say about slaves, and they say, black people, they built America and slaves was lazy. I don't think slaves was lazy. I just had a follower in in my comments, and they came in, I guess because I said the word slave, they left out of the comment real quick. But anyway, I don't feel like slaves was lazy. You got to think about, okay, right now we in 2025 and we in modern times. Let's think of it. You at home, you chilling, and you mind your own business, and somebody kidnap you, take you to a foreign land. You got to think, these slaves back then in the 16, 17, 1800s, they was in Africa. They was chilling. They were minding their motherfucking business. They were happy doing whatever the hell they was doing in Africa. And let's say, someone took you to a foreign land and forced you to work. You wouldn't want to work either. You wouldn't want to be forced to do a job someone forcing you to do, and then you're not getting paid for it, and then you getting slop, or you getting, you're not getting paid food. You're not getting paid money. You getting paid in food. They didn't pay slaves back then. They gave slaves barely anywhere to sleep, and then they didn't pay them in money. That's why to this day, we eat stuff like ham hocks and stuff that's not good for us, because they gave us the food that they didn't want to eat. So therefore, I don't feel like people in Africa or slaves was lazy. If you relaxing and you in your home state or hometown, and someone forced you to go to a foreign land, and you didn't speak their language, and they forced you to work, you wouldn't want to work either. So it gets on my nerves when I see videos that pop up on my feed, or when I hear people say black people are lazy, or slaves was lazy. No, slaves were motherfucking lazy. They didn't want to goddamn go out and work in a motherfucking cotton field and be in the damn sun all motherfucking day. Someone forced those people to do that. So to sit up there and say slaves were lazy, to me that's redundant, and it's disrespectful to like our ancestors and to the people, that was here before us or whatever. And I do believe that, black people, they did build America. They forced us to build America. Now, today people, why they lazy, I don't know. But I hate when people say slaves were lazy. They wasn't lazy. If you think about yourself, and like in modern times, and somebody force you out of your home, force you from your family, these people, they were forced from their family, their kids. They got treated wrong. They got treated like second class citizen. Let me start lying. They got treated like third class citizens, because back then they didn't even think African Americans was even motherfucking human. They thought we was half animal. The darker you were, they thought you was a half animal. They didn't even have respect for us. And then women, they would take the women, you know, they would rape them. They would take their babies and feed them to alligators. If you don't believe me, you can look up this stuff online and everything. So I just hate when like stuff come up on my feed, and people that's not us say that black people are lazy or slaves were lazy. These people wasn't fucking lazy. They probably, that was their way or trying to fight back, by not doing the work. And then if they didn't want to do the work, they got beat with whips, probably hung, probably killed, probably beat to death, and they just belittle us. So I hate like when stuff pop up, or when people say Black people are lazy. No, the fuck we're not. Well, most of us not. I know I'm not. I get up and go to work every motherfucking day. I get up and go to work around motherfuckers that are lazy, you know? And then white people, they can be lazy and don't shit be said about that. And then you know what? I said today's people, we might be lazy. You know what? We're not lazy. We just feel, what's that saying they say, generation curse or generation, we feel like the energy from our ancestors, the shit they went through. And sometimes you just don't want to, like, go to work. Or but I don't feel like black people per se, I don't feel like we're lazy. And I feel like our ancestors, they definitely wasn't lazy. Those people were forced to do work for like 12, maybe 10 hours. And then when they did get home or go home or whatever, they got fed slop. They had to sleep in, bunkers. They had to sleep on top of each other. They got raped and constantly belittled. Even the men got raped. Now, I feel like I lost two followers. I had two followers in my live, but like, speaking of, I'm talking about generational curses and stuff like that. And when I say generational curse, I don't mean like somebody, did a voodoo and put a curse on black people. But sometimes you can feel the energy of your ancestors, and I'm gonna get on to that. Like, what I mean by that, they used to take the black man and rape a black man in front of his wife and kids. That was the white man way of belittling the black man. And I feel like to this day, that's probably why so many black men are bisexual or gay. And I'm not here to like bash like gay people or anything like that, but sometimes that stuff can, go down in generations, or whatever. And sometimes, like when you get treated badly or get mistreated, you carry that shit on to the next generation. Like, for example, someone can get beat and mistreated, and if they don't know any better, they're gonna treat the next generation like that. They're gonna beat them and treat them like how they got treated or whatever. But I don't feel like black people are lazy. I don't feel like we're good for nothing. I feel like a lot of what our ancestors went through trickled down to how black people act today and everything. And I just hate to hear people say black folks are lazy. We're not lazy. And how would you feel, anybody that watched this after I posted, or the people that was just in here? Someone forced you to go on a job and then pay you what you deserve, or forced you to go on a job and work somewhere you didn't want to be in. You was in an unhappy environment. You in the sun, and then I felt sorry for like those women. They say the women would be pregnant or whatever, and they just had a baby in the field and then make them go back to work. That's motherfucking torture. And it was uncalled for torture. Torturing people that didn't deserve it, didn't ask to be there. They were just getting tortured. And like they say, the world just repeats itself. And that's what's kind of going on today with Trump trying to send the Mexicans and Puerto Ricans back to their country. So that's kind of like what's going on today with like modern slavery. What he doing with sending the people back to ICE and stuff like that. No, that's not our fight. What they going through. That's not our fight. I won't protest or fight for the Mexicans. I hope I don't sound ass backwards or sound mean or anything. This they fight or whatever, but it is like modern day slavery, and it is like sort of what went on in the fucking past or whatever. But I just hate to hear stuff like that. Oh, we lazy, we lazy. No, the fuck we're not. We're not motherfucking lazy. Most of us try to do right and be good. Now it is some black folks that don't want anything, but it's white people out there that don't want anything. Now the area I live in is a working class neighborhood, and some of my neighbors are well off. I'm not well off. I'm a working class, but it is so many homeless people, and they're not black. They're white. I see a lot of white homeless people, and it could be like a mental illness, or they could just be motherfucking lazy. But I just hate to hear, oh, we lazy, we lazy. No, the fuck we're not. I gotta get up in the morning to a motherfucking job tomorrow and go around people I don't care to be around. Now, I wish I had some type of like, I don't want to say street smarts, but some type of education where I can have my own business and or I was crafty and I could make stuff and sell stuff and be my own boss. It made me feel good when I DoorDash. Not I just do that for a side hustle to keep money and everything, but it's a job that I'm my own boss. I don't have to answer to nobody. I don't have to listen to no nonsense. And anybody that got a job and clock in to 9 to 5 know that every now and then you go through some bullshit with a bullshit ass boss or a silly ass motherfucking boss. I got wrote up the other day, and really I got wrote up for nothing, but I put refuse. But anyway, I'm just making this video based on something that I saw online earlier today, and it was talking about black folks, and it was talking about Africa, and it was talking about how fucking lazy we are, and we're not motherfucking lazy. And to the two people that was in my live, and they came and they listened for a while and they left, I guess I'm too motherfucking real for you all, and you don't want to listen to what the motherfucking fuck I gotta say, because I named my channel the motherfucking Common Sense channel, and I come on here with motherfucking common sense. I might not have a college education or a PhD or ABC. And yes, I'm making a joke when I say ABC, but I come up here with motherfucking common sense, and I speak nothing but truth and what I feel from the fucking heart and everything. And yes, I want more followers and everything, and I want people to engage in my videos and come in my comments and everything. But I don't get a lot of feedback and everything. And then when I do get people to come in my videos, they say dumb shit. They ask me for visas and shit like that. So that let me know they're foreign. Not picking on foreign people or putting them down or anything like that, but they let me know they're foreign, and I'm guessing I'm not reaching the people or whatever. When I say the people, I mean my people, black people or whatever. But yeah, we're not motherfucking lazy. If anything, we tired. And when I say we tired from our soul, from how people do us. Other races hate us. You know, I get hated from other races on my job, and I haven't did anything to anybody. I've been told before, just because I'm a black woman and I'm mind my motherfucking business, that I'm mean as hell. I'm not mean. And I might come off mean talking on my video, but this is my video and I'm passionate about what the fuck I say. So anyway, I've been talking for 13 fucking minutes. I just want to do a video. We're not motherfucking lazy. And I might name the video. We are not fucking lazy. I might name it We're Not Lazy, because if I name it We're Not Motherfucking Lazy, YouTube gonna email me. And you're trying to offend people so fucking what? People offend black folks all the motherfucking time. All the fucking time. They offend us. So anyway, if you like my video, because I've been talking for 14 minutes and 20 seconds, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment in the comments about what I said and everything. Come in my videos with some motherfucking sense. Don't come in my videos with dumbass comments, because if you come at me stupid, I'm gonna come back at you. I hate because YouTube don't have a permanent block button, and you can't like block motherfuckers when they come at you stupidly and everything. But if you like my videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment in the comment section. YouTube is not motherfucking YouTube. So cash at me to support my channel. And I'm not begging. I only ask one time per video. My cash app is flawless J1. My Venmo is Shabbat underscore Jackson number two. And so like help me out, help my channel out, you know. So yes, we're not fucking lazy. Not at all. All right.